I'm out here walking in the world famous SOSUA Dominican Republic. I'm over here by Copacabana. This is what we call the back end, the back streets, the backside of SOSUA. Pedro Casante is that way. That's where the main road is. Over here is Infinity Blue, Copacabana, and you can see they're setting up for the New Year's Eve, tonight's New Year's Eve festivities. You see the stage being put up. You see the plastic chairs being put up. There's Infinity Blue. There's an old broke down tour bus, but I don't think that got nothing to do with nothing. But we over here. Well, I'm out here. It's still SOSUA. It's still a lot of fun activities going on. And you can come down and have yourself a good time. And I'm good, man. I thought the little dude was gonna say no video. I gotta watch out, they roll up snatching cell phones out your hand in Santo Domingo. But there's Infinity Blue. There's the old police station. There's Infinity Blue. I'm coming toward the street now where Copacabana is. There's the Copacabana sign. But you see, they tried that area right there where they're setting up for the New Year's Eve festivities. That's the area that many of us said all the stuff they claimed they wanted to do with the new SOSUA, they could have just put it right there to begin with. Could have had both. But you felt you had to get rid of one to get the other. I don't get that. That's why many felt that there was another ulterior motive. But it's over. SOSUA is still SOSUA. And Happy New Year to everybody. A1V to TV. Hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button, please.
6.5 hours later.
I done took my black ass home, ate, took a nap, come back out thinking I'm finna see some celebrating or festivities. And look, that's the stage, but ain't no people. Man, hey, when you here for a while, this becomes customary. So I decided I'd just go down, and while I'm on the back street, I drive down to see what's at Playa Alicia. I know ain't nothing down here, but I go anyway, thinking I'm out. I had a little power nap, so I get up and see what's going on for the New Year, for the New Year's Eve. Because so far, I've been hoodwinked. Yeah, I've been ganked a little bit, but this is somewhat usual for December in SOSUA. Anytime after around December the 23rd at the latest, you see this huge drop-off. Because as you know, other than the expats, most of the people that we see every day in SOSUA come from neighboring towns or neighborhoods or cities. And they know that most of you guys, most of the visitors, are in the States with their families. So the tourism experiences a drop-off at this time of the year. So the workers or the locals that we normally see when we're here in SOSUA, they go home. But here's Playa Chiquita. They got a 7-foot at the door now. Y'all noticed that? The big boy at the door. Yeah, the food trucks are closed, so pretty much tonight is a bust. Just FYI, when I rolled past those plastic chairs and that stage set up just a few moments ago, it was about 11:36 p.m. It was a few moments before the clock strikes midnight. So as I continue on the back street, passing up the stage again, I see an influx of cars parked over by Mongo Steakhouse, over there by the Claro store near Bailey's. Then it hit me. I said, oh yeah, I forgot a few years ago it was something going on back here, but it was too many cars then for me to come down and kind of see what's what. So I parked my vehicle over there by the Hard Rock, by the RIP Cafe, and I walked up, bust a left, going down the street to Playa Alicia. This is where you see me walking now. And man, when I tell you, it was so many people out walking. It was people dressed to impress. I mean, long gowns. See, this is what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to go back in time because we pretty much done got past all that Atlantico hysteria. But this is what you would call the new SOSUA. This is what they were trying to call the new SOSUA, but it was always all one anyway. You didn't have to remove the party element in order for the family element to feel comfortable. That was some bullshit. You didn't have to do that because tonight is proof. As I walk you down, I'm gonna try to show you just exactly how lit it was in SOSUA tonight. As you can see the little crowd behind me. Without the police locking folks up or without these people feeling uncomfortable. It was actually cool. And I knew that there would be some type of a fireworks display. But I just said, I'd just come down here, get in the mix real quick, take a quick video and dip, because I don't like being in these crowds when it be letting out. And my friend been telling me if I decide to get out this weekend, for New Year's Eve, I'm on my own. She wasn't coming out. And I didn't want to get, and she told me, she said, people, listen, Dominicanos, she said, my people drive crazy. It's a lot of drunk people out on New Year's Eve. And she know how I am about my whip. I don't like people crashing into it or none of that. I got a phobia of that because, you know, we're foreigners. We got to pay. No matter whose fault it is, you're a gringo, a foreigner, and somebody hits you, they gonna say you're at fault. So it's just some nice, I opt not to even pull the whip out the parking spot. So you can see here how nice it is. It's pretty chill for New Year's Eve. I like this. I like this energy. And this is the beach to Playa Alicia. That's the ocean through this little doorway that I'm walking towards here. And guys, when you come down and experience Playa Alicia, you'll be thankful that you did. You know, if you got your special someone, you want to come just to be away from all the other people without having to venture too far and not having to go out to a nice, expensive restaurant. These will do. This is that mid-grade pay scale restaurant that you might feel comfortable coming to, and it's walking distance. It's right in the mix of everything. Food is pretty good too over here. Like I said, I don't stay too long, Jack. I get up out of here. I got to make my exit before the crowd makes theirs. Forget the name of this this not a hotel, it's actually an apartment building. Hilltop, something like that. I've been in them units once. I was contemplating staying in them long term. Sorry. Yeah, total being. See, Happy New Year. Please thank you the way, man. But back in 2021, they wanted 2,100 a month for a 2-bedroom. And I found that kind of steep, but I could only imagine what they're asking for now, 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later. I think that's the name of it, Hilltop. I wasn't creep camming you all. I had to put the phone in my pocket because I didn't feel like any altercations, although they probably wouldn't have said nothing. But you know, once you in SOSUA, you kind of get whipped into shape where you know that that phone could possibly lead to a confrontation if it's out. So whether it's the quote unquote decent family people of SOSUA or 35 chicas standing in front of the tiki wiki, it don't matter, man. I'm gonna be discreet with my phone. That's just me. But I'm explaining the cause for all this jumping back and forth. But all in all, this has been a pretty good, well, last year has been a pretty good year. We're into the new year now, about maybe an hour or two. So I hope that peace and prosperity follows you wherever you go in 2026. And of course, I hope to see you here back in SOSUA, Dominican Republic. And a sidebar, I know that it's rough for us in the United States, us brothers. So whatever you have to do to keep your sanity, feel comfortable doing it and know that you have other places you can migrate to. If the place that you're in doesn't allow you to be the best version of yourself, travel. You only got one life to live. Travel. Be the best version that you can be.